Hi everybody, Paul Cameron here from SpeedUpMyJobSearch.com with some job search tactics and motivation for today. And to continue our series on interview strategies, let's talk about how to handle difficult coworkers and employees. Have you had this question yet? If you haven't, you will. And in today's video, I'm going to share the one word you need to add to your answer that will make a huge difference in how you're perceived by the interviewers. If this video is helpful for you, I really encourage you to please click that like button so more people in your network can find it. And if you need more help with your interviews, I have a very comprehensive course on how to interview strategically that I would encourage you to check out at speedupmyjobsearch.com/interviews. If you want better results from your interviews, that course can help. So when they ask you how to handle difficult coworkers and employees, I suspect that you already have a good methodology of handling that situation. If you don't, I'll give you one here in just a minute. But over the last, 20 years or so that I've been coaching people on interview tactics, I've noticed that there have been very, very few who mention the most important part of that whole process, the one word that truly everybody does, but almost nobody mentions. And that is simply to say, the first thing that I would do is to sit down with the person and listen to their concerns to see what the issue is, because chances are very good that they're not being difficult just for the sake of being difficult. I mean, maybe they have a valid concern that we should be paying attention to. And from there, it's important to make sure that they know that I've heard them and understand where they're coming from. Now again, I suspect that you already do this as part of your process in the real world situation there, but it's probably such a given that you don't even think about it anymore. You know, almost nobody uses the word listen in their response. They just talk about how good they are at getting difficult people under control. You might be really great at getting people to change their minds, but when you can show the employer that you understand how to relate to people, that you care about their concerns, just watch how they react to that. They'll know that they have a good leader sitting in front of them. Now, if you need a method for turning difficult people around, here's a quick framework that you can build around. There's a very old sales tactic called the feel, felt, found method that salespeople have been using since probably the 1970s at least to get difficult buyers to change their minds. And the framework for this can very nicely be used for these types of situations. And here's how this works. If I need to get someone to change their mind using the feel, felt, found method, I would say, I completely understand how you feel. And if I were in your shoes, I would have felt the exact same way. But what I found was, and then you lead them where you want them to go. Now, applying this to the interview question about difficult employees, the first thing is to listen to the person and learn about their concerns and make sure that they know that I understand where they're coming from and that I empathize. And if I were in their position, I would have the same concerns. But then I would explain why we're doing things in a slightly different way and what we found to be a better way. Many times people just need to know that they're an important part of the team and they need to know that they're being heard. And once they know that they are a part of the team and they are being heard, difficult arguments tend to become more constructive conversations. Again, you see, you don't have to use the words feel, felt, found, but you do need to use the word listen. It will make a difference for you. Give this a try and practice it. You will get this question. Again, I'm Paul Cameron. I'm from SpeedUpMyJobSearch.com. Please subscribe to our free YouTube channel here to get more tactics like these, or sign up to have a tactic like this emailed to you regularly by going to drivestaff.com/motivate. And remember, questions about dealing with difficult people don't have to be so difficult to answer. You can do this. Now, it's time to get to work.